Welcome to Sephora.
I'm looking for a perfume that's not too perfumey.
I got you.
Serum moisturizer or moisturizer serum.
Let's get into layering.
My concealer is making me look worse?
Sounds like the wrong shade. Let's get you matched.
There's only one store that really gets what you're going for. Get beauty from people who get beauty. Only at Sephora.
Hi, Let's get you a basket.
Wish you could become a morning person? You know the type, up before the sun, early morning runs, first one to the office with donuts and a smile. How do they do it? Easy. With the new Galaxy Watch 8, sleep tracking and personalized insights from Samsung Health help you improve so you can wake up to a whole new you. One who, dare I say it, skips the snooze? It's possible. Train your sleep with Galaxy Watch 8. Learn more at Samsung.com. Requires compatible Samsung Galaxy phone, Samsung Health app, and Samsung account.
What is going on, everybody? Ryan Leary, William Sincup here with the BARF. This is a look back at the week that was, so you could be prepared for the week that is. William, what is going on?
Ryan, it is a beautiful Sunday here in Arlington, Texas. Weather's great, so got nothing to complain about.
It was summertime yesterday in Philadelphia. I was wearing a sweatshirt and shorts, as I always do anyway.
Yep.
But I actually had to go and take that off because it was just way too warm. It was disgusting. It's fall time. Let's go. Get it down.
Messing us up.
On a bright note, the Eagles absolutely dominated today, put on an offensive clinic, so that is amazing. Not sure. Did Dallas play yet?
No, I think they played tonight against 49ers.
Well, that sucks.
Yeah, it's going to be a loss. That's why I say I think, because I'm right. I penciled it in to watch.
Yeah,
my day was yesterday.
Nice. Oh yeah, you're a college guy, and all your college teams won.
All the college teams ones that I care about. Alabama being first, 34-0. Texas A&M came back. They were down 24-6, I think, and came back and won by 10.
Nice.
And playing at home. So Henry was in the audience and all that stuff. So that's cool. And I got photos of them throwing in the yell leader afterwards. So I'll send you one of those because it's just funny because the yell leader's like wet and everyone else is just standing there staring at the camera. And Texas, my brother's alma mater. So they won as well. So
nice. Trifecta.
All three teams win. Good Saturday. Good Saturday.
You can. Dallas
you
win.
Can.
Or they can lose.
I don't want them to lose out so we get draft picks.
Draft picks ain't going to help you anyway.
Well, clearly.
It's not going to help. I will say before we kick off, so we got YouTube TV a while back, 2 weeks ago. Yeah. So I know this is old news for a lot of people. For me, it's brand new. So deal with it and enjoy it.
Movie? What?
So I was late to watching the game, but I don't need to record them anymore because it automatically does my local teams. Check. Awesome. But when I get to the game, it says, do you want to catch up through watching the key plays? I'm like, well, hell yeah, I do. And it just goes through the key plays. Done. That's it. Got me all the way to where I needed to be, and I knew exactly what I was doing. Now, I know this is old news. I get it.
Best invention ever. They do it. They do it now with all sports, right? But it started with football. Yeah. But now they do it even with baseball. So if you're someone that's said historically baseball's too slow, this, that, and the other, it's like,
watch the key,
we can get you down. We can get you down. You can watch an entire baseball game in like 7 minutes.
Yeah. I like the real-time stat tracker on the side. So if you, hey, YouTube, you can pay me for the advertisement later, but get it. It's worth it. So
yeah, that's true.
Anyhow,
that's worth it.
Kick us off today. What do you got?
Ryan, what is glossing?
Well, by definition, I'm thinking I'm glossing over, but I'm assuming that is not what you're talking about.
You're dangerously close. So new toxic workforce trend, the danger of toxic positivity and glossing over problems. So check that out. Those two together. Yeah. Toxic positivity. I've never put those words together.
Okay.
Meaning you're just hyped on all the positive things and glossing is doing that and then glossing over all the problems.
Okay.
This was at Indy100.com. Take a look at it. So glossing describes when an employer or manager, or generally someone higher in an authority, glosses over any issues or by ignoring or glossing over them. And so it made me think, to some degree, like how different is glossing from putting your head in the sand as a leader?
Same thing.
It's the same stuff.
If you don't acknowledge it, does it really exist?
Right. So there's a new term. The kids are all saying glossing.
All right. Well, that's probably what's happening in this house.
Oh, yeah, we're glossing, all right.
Yeah, I'm just saying. All right. The NLRB union petitions have doubled since Biden took office. So, first off, not a political stance.
Yeah.
I ain't getting into that.
I've already voted.
Yeah. Oh, did you? Nice, nice. I might do that, but it's like a week away now. So I'm kind of like, well, I'm just going to enjoy it and get in line. I don't know.
Good luck with that.
So it's not a political stance, right? We're not going to go there.
But
what I think this clearly
during his than the previous.
Since he took office, doubled from when he took office. Yes,
interesting.
So I think what this clearly shows is that the union matters, right? So we've talked about this. So Starbucks and some of these others that are now starting to unionize and to petition for support. So this actually does matter. So I don't care where or what union we're talking about. They're there. They matter. They matter. So this is a call for me, anyhow. This is a call for transparency, and you use that term every day.
Yep.
Transparency matters, and this is it. Better benefits, more equitable treatment,
right?
All of the above, right? So this
you're
is
going to do it one way or
it.
another. Either you're going to do it because it's a good thing to do.
That's it.
Or you're going to do it at the gunpoint of a union, and the impact of whatever you produce is now the price is higher.
That's right.
It's a consumer product. It's higher. If it's a B2B product, its price is higher. So you're going to spend the money. I guess that's the point, is you're going to spend the money one way or another.
Right. So I'll just put my foot down, my hand up, whatever, mark it here. 2025 is the year of the unions and employee engagement, because if not, you're going to lose them anyway. So there you go.
To the robots. There you go.
I spoke.
It's been
now
said.
Gospel.
All righty. Are you a Reddit guy? I can't remember.
I just signed up for my first Reddit account.
Okay.
Friday, I think it was.
Well, then you're a Reddit guy now. All right,
I don't know how to use it. I can't figure it. I've read it. I've read stuff on there, but now I'm trying to figure it out.
The app is better than the web experience. Anyhow, so cringy LinkedIn posts are getting dragged across concrete, on a fast-growing subreddit called LinkedIn Lunatics.
LinkedIn Lunatics.
Sounds like the first thing you need to subscribe to. It has 600, basically almost 700,000 members, and they limit the insufferable content on LinkedIn. So basically, it's a place where you post other people's cringe and then start talking and tearing their cringe apart.
Yeah.
Just sounds like fun. This was on Bloomberg.com. So they did a whole study into it. So take a look at it. But basically, for me, business lingo, jargon, it's always been BS. It's always been boring. It's always been stupid. So now what it also got me to think about was how many of these LinkedIn cringy posts are built with AI in some way. Meaning,
there's a lot that are out there now.
Okay,
you can tell.
Go with that. We teach AI. So essentially, we've taught AI to be cringy, and now it's giving us those articles back. If true, I mean, I'm sure it's not true of everything, right? Maybe people will use it for some parts of their article or to slim things down. But those, not just the cringe words, but just the topics. Yeah. What can you learn from that? Alabama's lost to Tennessee last week.
Well, you can learn a lot in leadership. Yeah, right. Fuck up. Yeah, it's you can tell. I mean, for anyone that's like, you can tell it's written by AI. So even if you're going to write it by AI to get the idea,
like jazz it up,
bring it back. Yeah, like does it?
Yeah.
Any post that's this long. Now, for those on video, I'm like probably 18 inches in hand measurements here. But
awkward.
Any post, awkward. You're right. Probably should that. But any LinkedIn post that's formatted perfectly, that long, I immediately think whether it is or
can't
not.
Trust this.
And I apologize to those that actually write. Yeah, can you actually trust it?
Nope.
Right? Yeah, I don't know. Anyhow,
So
there you go.
LinkedIn lunatics. Join the subreddit,
lunatics.
and you will love it.
I need to learn how to do this because it's kind of confusing to me. But anyway, okay. So Apple, J&J, and the S&P announced HR leadership changes.
Really?
So go with me here on this little journey of companies. So here's just the list of companies I could find that are turning over leadership, HR and others. But Apple, J&J, S&P, CAA, Citadel, FanDuel, GE, Saputo, Emory University. There's more. There's probably about a dozen more that I just didn't include because we'd be here all night. Why? My opinion on this. I have an opinion, and I want to ask you a question. So my opinion is pretty basic here.
Welcome to the Hire Her podcast, where women in talent call all the shots. We know, another recruiting podcast, just what the industry needs. Okay, but hear us out. You ever spend hours sourcing that perfect candidate, but they end up ghosting you harder than your Hinge date? Or finally, you get that hiring manager feedback, only for them to, of course, say, "Can we see more candidates?" Lame, right? But let's talk about what's really lame in the industry. How is it that 65% of recruiters are brilliant women, yet most of the decision makers look like a convention for middle-aged dudes named Brad?
That's where we come in. Hire Her isn't just another podcast about hiring trends you already heard like 50 times this week. We're here to elevate women in talent, share their career journeys, and make sure they take the lead. Because let's face it, if recruiting is the backbone of every company, why are we still fighting for a seat at the table? So whether you're a recruiter, a talent leader, or just someone trying to swim through the sausage fest of TA leadership, we got you, girl. Welcome to Hire Her, the recruiting podcast where women's voices aren't just heard, but they're leading the conversation.
So subscribe now, because middle management Brad sure as hell isn't going to do it for you.
This is more about modernizing HR and people, because the majority of these are in people. I think it's out with the old, in with the new. They need to align their thought process. And these are the Bidens and the Trumps of the world, right? They're old. They did really well in their time. It's now time to modernize. So question to you is, am I stirring the pot here, or do I see this the right way?
Well, it depends on if the replacements are from people outside of talent. That's when you know that they're hiring because they've lost trust, whatever.
Right.
And so they're hiring. But if it's just the next person up, like CHRO is left, but now the VP of HR takes that spot.
Right.
And maybe it's a younger version of that.
It's a retirement. Yeah.
Yeah, that can
not
be
a
true.
Forced retirement.
Right. No, I mean, but the thing is it's all digital transformation. So who's basically best adapt to then take the organization through a continual, never-ending digital transformation? I wouldn't be shocked if you start seeing a lot of technical people run HR.
That makes complete sense. So.
Right.
Oh, there you go.
That's a really good one. I'm going to think about that. New Hampshire legislature passes a law allowing firearms in work and employees' vehicles. So this was on hrlaws.com. Go take a look at them. So New Hampshire is one of the safest states in the nation, but they've gone through kind of a rash of public or workplace violence. So most employees, they have a weapons policy. So you can't bring your gun into work. This is in fact, the statement, I want to read this quote. Most employers have a workplace violence or weapons policy, but a policy is only as good as those who comply with it. The new law of which you can have guns in your cars set to take effect Jan 1 of 25. So, of course, me thinking about this is like, okay, I can't bring my gun into work, but I can bring my gun into the parking lot. Shit's popping off.
Yeah.
Pause. I'm looking. Let me run to my car, get my shotgun. I'll be right back. Hold up.
Yeah.
Let me go get that. Load it up. Now I'm going. Like, I don't know. It seems like a half measure. If you're a safe state, yes, you have some things that go on from time to time around guns. What is this? What does this help by letting people bring them to the parking lot?
Yeah, I don't know that it helps anything, but what's even more interesting to me is I never actually thought about that. Yeah, you can't bring a gun into the office. I get it.
Yeah, fair enough.
The company car, is it the office? Right? Like, I mean, I've signed the responsibility for it. Yeah, like I've signed off. I've got responsibility for it. That's an interesting take. I wonder, I've never thought about that.
I'd rather just have them in their desk.
This is why people smarter than me run shit, because I'm like, sure, clearly that's not your office.
Again, what was the line of thinking of the logic that goes, okay, you can't have them at your desk.
Right.
However, just for peace of mind, you can have them in your glove box. How they going to help me if somebody's coming in to shoot the place up?
Yeah. Well, if I'm driving around as a company car and I'm on a call somewhere.
Now that's a different bit. That's a different bit. No. And you can protect yourself. No, that tracks. I'm thinking about office workers.
Yeah. So
there you go.
All right. So feds put employers on notice regarding the black box AI scores. So what we're talking about here is surveillance tools. This isn't cameras in the office. This is making your employees download an app for workplace monitoring. So what are you doing? What are you looking at? What are you not doing? All of that stuff.
Yeah.
So, I think it's fair. So they have to obtain consent is what they're saying, right? Employers must obtain
Depends on the state.
Consent.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. True. Yeah. Clearly not New Hampshire. No. So I think this is fair. If you're going to monitor me, I want to be aware. Will I be comfortable with it? Maybe.
Life 360. Life 360 for employees.
Yeah. That's basically what this stuff is. So, yeah. So anyhow, some of the examples that it gave was obviously requiring them to download the apps and all that. So what can this be used for? Predicting worker behavior, right? One of the things, which is why I found this interesting.
What are they going to say it's used for, and what are they going to use it for? These are two different things, yeah?
Right, two different things. But one of the things here, the example that they gave, which it was okay, this is kind of interesting anyway, but one of the things that really made me want to talk about the story is the actual example that they gave was the likelihood of union organization or leaving a job.
Yeah.
Right. Or leaving a job. Okay, yeah, okay. So I'm upset. Okay, well, Ryan might leave the company, but union organization. And I thought to myself, like,
that's a smart use, actually.
It is a smart use, but does it cross the line
clearly.
of listening to your employees and saying, hey, we hear what's going on. We're not going to help you with that shit. We're just going to put a cut to it. We're gonna stop it, and this is how we're going to do that.
Well, I think the thing is employees. You have very little rights as an employee. Of course, it looks like you have rights, but really at the end of the day, you don't.
No.
So if you're doing bad stuff at work, and I'm not saying unionizing is bad, but if it's counter to the business interest,
it's bad for them.
Then it's bad for them, which, by the way, that's the only interest that matters at work is the business interest, not your personal interest. So they're going to use it for all kinds of stuff, performance reviews. They'll use it for again, making you more efficient. If it was transparent and it flipped around how you use time and it showed you, hey, you're using time ineffectively, and here's a better way to use time. That's cool.
Yeah. I have no issues with this. I think we're going to get there anyhow. They're already they were doing it for years and years, just less technical.
Yeah, I was about to say they've been doing it for years. So what's really the difference there?
It's just now with technology, et cetera, et cetera. But look, if I say, it's okay, I've got no problem with it. If it's going to make me a better employee, more efficient. Now, I don't want you monitoring me at home, right? So there's got to be
interesting
that cutoff, right? How do you stop that? I don't know, right? That's where I'm sure that.
Well, if you're using a business device, like you when you were with IBM, you had an IBM laptop, an IBM phone. Yeah. You're using those devices, and you're doing things that are again counter to the interest of the business. define it as you wish.
Yeah.
Then expect repercussions.
Yeah, well, so let's see.
Duh.
Okay, that's interesting because they do that with the schools.
Yeah.
And so regardless of the time of day, what day it is, anything.
Right.
Any of my kids pull it up. They go on YouTube. They can do YouTube. But if it's a video that shouldn't be on a school, it says, no, stop. And not only that, I get a report. It says, hey, here's what so-and-so looked at. This is what they searched. This is why it was blocked. And so the computer I get.
With boys, I could tell you I don't want to know.
It's probably the same with the girls.
Or I could learn something. I don't know. I'm going to put that out there.
The phone, even if it's a company phone, they're giving you that device as your device to use unless they clearly
just
say
as a business. Yeah.
Business is only conducted on this phone, not personal. Then you have to have two phones.
Even if they don't say it, right? It's implicit. If they give you a phone, it's their phone. Right. You're just using the phone.
Yeah. Oh no, legally all that. Yes, for me, absolutely. But I see the lines blurred there. I think computers are different. Computers are different. Yeah, that's that.
All right, I'm gonna read a direct quote. You ready? That'd be yes, William.
Yes,
absolutely.
Do it. I was waiting for you to continue.
Okay. If there are people who just don't want to work well in that environment or don't want to, that's okay. There are other companies around. Said Matt Garman, CEO of Amazon Web Services, on employees who don't want to work in the office 5 days a week. So if you don't want to work at 5 days a week for Amazon Web Service, there are other companies for you. I finally found a CEO that said it. Has basically said, yeah, it's this is what we're doing. It's 5 days, every day, just like back in the day.
Yeah.
And if you don't want to work here, then you don't thrive in this environment.
Right.
Cool.
It's cool.
No hate.
Yeah.
Go work for somebody else. And so he said this. This is a quote that's directly from him. So on Reuters, if you want to go take a look at the whole article, it's quite interesting because his take about collaboration and being in the business to serve customers and all this stuff. It's actually well put together if you have that line of thought.
Right.
If you believe in RTO, and they don't just believe in it a little bit, it's completely back to office. There is no virtual, there is no remote, there is no hybrid stuff. So I thought of LeBron James in the instance of when Trump told him to shut up and play basketball.
Oh yeah,
so shut up at RTO or don't. I think we'll see. I think we're going to see more of this, more directness from CEOs that basically say NVIDIA and some of these others that just say, "Hey, this is the way we work. You don't want to work that way? Oh, okay,
right,
cool,
it's all good."
Now, I caveat that with this. I think we'll see more of this up until the point where we have a talent shortage. And the moment we have a talent shortage, you and I have been through several of these bits. Well, the moment we have a talent shortage, that shit goes away.
They will flex. If it's bad enough, they will flex. Now, here's the thing. Right. I don't hate this because they're being upfront and they're saying,
"That's right. That's what you want from an employer brand."
Right. This is what it is. Cool if you don't like it, but this is what it is. Now, if I was hired as remote, here's the question I would have. If I was hired as remote, and there's really not an Amazon location that's suitable for me, meaning like I got to drive 90 minutes to get there, and it's a warehouse, and I'm a corporate employee. Like, how does that work, right?
You're getting a new job.
Right. So how does that work? Now, those people, if they are affected, yes, there's an issue, right? And I think that's a different, you can't tell me on X salary, like you're going to just, I'm upping and going to Seattle or wherever, wherever it's going to be. Like, no, that's, I have a problem with that. Everything else, go to work. Like people say, we've talked about this, where people say, oh, their culture, my neighbor said, the culture's awful. Like so-and-so, this and that, and blah, blah, blah. Well, it's not awful if you like working there.
Sorry.
But that's the company.
Mint is still $15 a month for premium wireless. And if you haven't made the switch yet, here are 15 reasons why you should. 1, it's $15 a month. 2, seriously, it's $15 a month. 3, no big contrast. 4, I use it. 5, my mom uses it. Are you playing me off? That's what's happening, right? Okay, give it a try at mintmobile.com/switch.
Upfront payment of $45 for 3-month plan. $15 per month equivalent required. New customer offer first 3 months only. Then full price plan options available. Taxes and fees extra. See mintmobile.com.
This episode is brought to you by Tic Tac. Your boss is going off at you for missing a deadline, and you swear the clock just moved backwards. Suddenly, you remember the pack of Tic Tacs on your desk. Now you're riding horseback on the beach, the smell of citrus in the air. And what's this? Your boss is sitting behind you, breathing heavenly fresh mint? Refresh your mouth and mind and share your good vibes with Tic Tac.
And so take it or leave it. Now, the argument behind that will be, okay, well, they're going to fail. They're going to do this and over there. I get it, but that's our opinion.
If that policy drives them not getting the top talent, they won't see that for a long time. But they will see it at one point. They're going to be sitting on a bunch of people that want to go to the office, but they're also not great employees or just not great at what they do.
Yep. All right. Hooters alleged colorism cost $250,000 in an EEOC case. So this is an interesting one. So following the layoffs of 43 employees in Greensboro, North Carolina, so Greensboro area, this was in response to COVID-19. Okay. So after the pandemic passed and things were opening and they were rehiring, Hooters allegedly rehired workers who were predominantly white or had lighter skin. So predominantly equals 92% of everyone that was laid off in that Greensboro franchisee in that area, whatever it is.
I think that's a good use of predominance.
Good. Kind of the definition. 92% of those rehired Hooters, now they were all girls, Hooters girls is how they refer to them, right? This isn't me. Were either white or having lighter skin tones. So
I'd like to see where the lighter skin tones ends. But I get it.
Yeah, so 92%. Now, I don't know what the original makeup was, but it certainly wasn't 92%.
That's a nice pun.
So this is not the first brush for Hooters. Last April, they settled with the U.S. Department of Justice regarding alleged national origin discrimination, which violated the Immigration Act. They refused the candidates' I-9 documents.
That had to have been for the cook staff. That wasn't. That wasn't the front of.
The front of the house.
No, that wasn't the front of the house. That was the back of the house.
But there's more. In 2020, Hooters vowed to give them and 679 other employees the proper 60-day notice required for a layoff, for a mass layoff. So this is, in 4 years, just 3 that they've been banged with. Now, these are all settled, and these aren't like they're alleged, right? But they've settled. 3 in the last couple of years. I'm not sure what's going on over there. However, you want some wings?
Yeah,
I'm kind of hungry.
I do. Have I told you my Hooters story?
Oh, I feel like we should continue on.
It's with Henry and Van. It's with Henry and Van. We're in between basketball tournament games for Van, and he's probably 8. Yeah, he's 8, and Henry's 12.
Okay.
So I'm like, man, we need to go get something to eat. So I drive down the highway. I see a Hooters. I'm like, all right, yeah. So I get to the parking lot. And Henry's like, I can't go in there. I'm like, excuse me? He goes, I can't go in there. I'm like, and why do you think you can't go in there? So he said, I'm going in there. And he said, well, I mean, it's like it's one of those places with girls when they take their clothes off. I'm like,
oh. The Use Case podcast is where technology vendors get to talk about themselves. And it's a wonderful place for vendors, investors, and practitioners to listen to the story of the solution, the features, the benefits, the attributes, etc. And we get to know the CEO or founder during the call, and we also get to know the tech. So subscribe to the Use Case podcast.
Oh man,
no,
this is where the story goes down.
However, Hooters is not one. It's kind of like a training ground for that, but no, it's not that.
Goodness.
So I finally talk him into going inside. I'm like, hey, listen, you can stay in the car. I don't give a shit. I'm going in to give you some chicken. And so they reluctantly, Van didn't care because he was 8. He was in between games, so he didn't care. Henry did care until he got in there.
Mm-hmm.
And then once he got in there, then he's just looking around. His eyes are about the size of baseballs. And I've never seen two kids go through so much sweet tea in one setting. Like Van was just down it and go, I'm out of tea. I need to get out of his seat and then go fight.
So how do you tie this one back to HR and TA?
Because we had the full accoutrement of talent, if you will. Talent was in the building. Yeah, it was the greatest. It was the greatest thing in the world because I could just sit back and watch them and just drinking tea. So we've had positive experiences with Hooters here in Texas.
Clearly, the employees have not.
Yeah, good point. All right, let's see here. EY fired dozens of staff members who attended two. I thought you would really appreciate this story. EY fires dozens of staff members who attended two video training meetings simultaneously.
Sounds like a good use of time.
See what I'm saying? Like, I got one here and I got one here. I can listen to both. Let's go. This on finance.yahoo.com. Go take a look at this. So you might be thinking, as you hear this story, EY, it's being a little bit harsh. That's come on, that's a bit harsh.
Mm-hmm.
In 2022, EY was told to pay $100 million to the SEC after staffers were found to cheating on ethics exams required to obtain and maintain CPA licenses.
Wow.
So this was their hack. Is to watch things simultaneously. And it's like, EY, first of all, you can see that in the LMS, right? And you can see when people are doing things simultaneously, and they're like, we can't have that because that gets us back into the same thing that we had 2 years ago. So
it wasn't a good use of time.
Videos, no. If you're going to watch training videos, great. Just
watch,
watch them. I mean, Netflix it. Just queue them up and let it go. I'm going to watch what in Scouts they call YPT, Youth Protection Training. You have to redo it every year, even though it's for a 2 years process. But every year they want you to redo it. And I have it. Usually, what I'll do is I'll set it up on my screen, and I'll work over here while I'm listening to it. If I can't answer at this point in my life, if I can't answer those questions and not watch all the video, we probably have other issues. But anyhow, EY.
There you go. Time for some acquisitions. You got some stuff for us?
CA. All right. Tide expands SME services with the acquisition of OnFolk.
We're not talking about the detergent.
No, Roll Tide Roll. No, we're not talking about that or Alabama. BusinessCircleMag.com. Go take a look at the full story. Tide equals business banking platform. OnFolk is SME payroll. So SMB payroll, if you want to call it that. So Tide will integrate OnFolk's technology directly into its app under the new kind of Tide payroll feature. So it's kind of eerily similar to what Chime's doing. They've got a B2C play, doing really well. How do you get into the enterprise? They bought Salt Labs, Jason's business, and this company, Tide, had bought a payroll company. So they'll integrate it into the apps, and you can do business stuff. And oh, by the way, if you have employees, you can also do payroll through it. So I thought it was a great acquisition for Tide. And again, it's interesting to see these acquisitions as you and I do. Is some of them are really strategic, like this. How are you going to get in the enterprise market? Well, you're going to go buy your way in.
Right.
Good for them. Good for everybody there. So.
Good. Well, this is one of those strategic ones here. Shift Pixie. You ever hear of Shift Pixie?
I have.
I kind of like that name. Shift Pixie acquires Turbo Scale for $150 million.
That's wow. They usually don't. They usually don't say how much they did it for.
Yeah,
that's great.
150. So for those that are not aware, so Shift Pixie syncs work opportunities from job providers with open time slots for available shift workers. So gig economy, shift working. This isn't, full-time accountants. These are shift workers who want to fill shifts, and companies that have shift available.
So every time you say the word shift, I hear ship or shit.
Yeah.
I don't know. I swear to God.
That must be my accent here.
I don't know what it is.
I got an accent? Shift. Shift.
I hear one or the other. I go P or T.
How do I say shift?
I don't know. I
don't pronounce the T.
People are going to have to call in and tell us like what the bit is.
The shit workers.
Man, why are you talking about these shit workers?
The shit workers. Shift workers.
Okay.
TurboScale, on the other hand, is the infrastructure that Shift Pixie. See, now I'm nervous. That Shift Pixie. TurboScale is the infrastructure that Shift Pixie leverages.
It's not the Pixie part.
I know. I don't know why I did that.
It's like when the Foo Fighters were on Saturday Night Live with Christopher Walken as the host.
Mm-hmm.
Christopher Walken, he's talking to him. He's like, "Where's the emphasis?
Where's the emphasis?
Is it in the Fool or the Fighters?" And so they lied to him and said it was in the Fighters, right? So this whole bit basically is Christopher Walken, and now welcome the Foo Fighters.
So it's not Shift Pixie?
No. The Pixie's not. We got that clear.
Shift.
There you go.
Pixie.
Yeah.
All right.
Sorry.
So TurboScale
Foo Fighters
is the infrastructure that they leverage. So this is clearly strategic, as you say. Right. The acquisition allows them to integrate all of TurboScale's AI capabilities directly into the platform. So no more nickel and diming and paying. They're just going to buy the whole caboodle, stick it in there, giving them full control over everything. Now, the acquisition itself, $150 million.
Uh-huh.
Here's the question for me.
Okay.
$75 million was in stock.
Okay.
$75 million was in debt.
In debt?
In debt. So that's a lot of debt. Debt financing,
that is a
right?
Crazy amount of debt.
That's a lot of debt. And with that comes a ton of pressure.
Are they paying off the debt of the other company? Is that what it is?
That's a good question. I probably should have done some more research there.
No, because usually it's stock and cash.
Right.
So
right.
one's, like, that's cool.
Yeah.
You're basically...
I'll have to double check, but I'm pretty sure. Yeah. But so $75 million, no, because I believe it was debt financing.
Wow.
That's a lot of pressure that comes with that, right?
Yeah.
So you got to start paying that back.
Yeah.
When the bills come due at the end of the month. And so
that's right. Whether or not you're using it or not, too, so usually.
Right. So
yeah.
I'm assuming it's okay because they've made the deal, right?
Yeah.
Anyhow, that's
you don't have to do an acquisition. You choose to do an acquisition.
Right. That is Shift Pixie.
Foo Fighters. Epicore's acquisition of Acadia Software aims to enhance frontline worker efficiency with real-time insights and digital tools. So this was on Epicore's website. If you don't know Epicor is in the category of ERPs. And people have been, like job boards, been calling for the death of ERP, for 100 years. And so this, to me, was a very smart acquisition for Epicor because, if ERPs are dying, this is what's far from that. These are giving real-time data to frontline employees.
Yeah.
So I think it's a fantastic acquisition, an expansion for them. So good for Epicor and Acadia.
Good job.
All right, you and I both know the Talent Neuron folks. So I'll take us through the front part of this, and I want to get your take on it. Talent Neuron acquires HR Forecast, and the acquisition extends Talent Neuron into the strategic workforce planning capabilities. So when you and I last did a demo of Talent Neuron, it was really on the front end. It was candidates and recruiting and maybe some internal mobility.
Right.
Great data. Holy moly, great data. Now with this thing, now they can go into the enterprise.
Right.
So I think it's brilliant. I think it's a great acquisition for them because they don't have to go build those. They just bought a company that's really good. I think they're out of Germany. Can't remember HR Forecast, but they went and bought somebody that's already pretty good at it. So what's your take?
Yeah, no, there's no need to build when it's out there, right? I mean, you got the cash, you can do it. So we interviewed David Wilkins back in September, and a fantastic interview. So go search it up. Just Google David Wilkins and Talent Neuron. You'll find us. What I love about this, though, you mentioned workforce. This is workforce planning. This is true holistic workforce planning. Shifts in workforce. They're in the enterprise, like you said. Because previously, you're right, it was all front end stuff. Now you got the crystal ball for your for your company. So this is good. David, I feel like you might have known about this when we talked to you.
Possibly.
I'm just saying.
September? Yeah. No, they went to a quiet period. So,
yeah, absolutely. Yeah. But congrats to them, because I think that's definitely a win on both sides.
I'm a buyer of Talent Neuron. I like it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Brian, we are on the R part of the BARF, right? The research part?
I guess so, yeah.
Are you ready?
Do I have a choice?
Not at all. All right, so balancing human and tech skills, worker perception of corporate training and development programs, and the skills that they need, highlighted by the new report, Workplace Skills Survey by Deloitte. Mm-hmm. And it's got a ton of data. The report's cool. Go to Deloitte.com and you just put in that Workplace Skills Survey, and then you'll be able to find it. So the disconnect is real in the sense of companies are excited about AI and want employees that can adapt with it or to it, whatever. And employees want and frankly need training on how to be adaptable and agile. Mm-hmm. So the company's not providing that type of training, and that's what they need. But they want the output of the employees to be agile. And there was also some metrics that were involved. Well, yeah.
Yeah, that all makes sense. So I'm going to give you these metrics, and I know you're going to reverse them because that's what I did.
Yeah, you should.
So I'll just spit them out super fast, and then we can go back on that. So 87% of workers believe people skills are essential for success. 94% worry future workers may lack the important social skills. 57% want more learning through shadowing and mentorship. Got it. We always do the reverse of this, right?
Yes.
So 94% worry future workers may lack the important social skills. 6% actually have faith in the workforce.
We're going to be okay.
But we're going to be good.
I want to know, in the split of those 6%, how many people are retiring?
Well,
you know what I'm saying?
Not, then,
we're going to be fine.
Yeah.
I'm not going to be there.
Yeah.
Good luck.
So there's that. Yeah. So, it was a decent report. It was a lot to read, but it had a lot of good information.
Yeah. Good study. A lot of good information. Deloitte always puts out good stuff.
Yeah. No, 100%.
29% of employees trust that their company's leaders have their best interest in heart at Accenture's Life Trends 2025 survey. That's at Accenture.com. And again, the name of the study is Life Trends 2025. So first of all, I want to meet this 29%.
No.
I think the number is more like 10%. So I believe that's inflated. Because I just don't believe, again, this is the leaders have their best interest at heart. So 29% believe it, which means that 71% don't believe that.
Yeah.
Where are you at on this?
Okay. So
what do you think is more true?
So there's a reason I'm not a survey writer, because my follow-up question to that question there would be, so 29% of employees trust that their company's leaders have their best interest in heart. My follow-up question, what I actually think is a really interesting question.
Yeah.
Do you want to believe, or some phraseology? Do you want to believe they have?
This is 100%. Do you believe versus do you have the hope of believing that they'll do the right thing?
Right. Like you hope,
that's interesting.
I get it. It's a business. You're not there to make me the center of the universe. I get that.
Right.
But if push comes to shove, are you going to stand behind me? As my leader, are you going to stand behind me for something that I'm going to need help with? Now, from personal experience, I can tell you the 3 people that were in my leadership chain at my last role, my last and final corporate role, they did not.
No.
They know who they are. They're listening, but they did not. And I don't trust those fuckers as far as I can throw them. And it ain't very far.
No, can't even lift them.
That experience will forever jade me in looking at leadership. It takes one time to do that.
I think that's true of a lot of leaders.
Yeah.
I mean, occasionally you find a great leader and you're like, okay, this gal or this guy, they're amazing. Can we clone them? Yeah. But it's the occasion. How often can you find a great leader? Not that often.
Yeah. So to answer your question, I don't think they believe that. I think they answered that because they feel like they're being tracked. and they want it to at least be known, like, hey, no, I truly do believe. No, I think that is much lower. I think it's even lower than the 10%. I really do, because I don't think they believe that at all.
So if this were Germany in 1942 and the Nazis came to your house and said, should we kill all the Jews?
Mm-hmm. Where's this one going?
No. What are you answering? Like, you're answering absolutely, 100%.
Well, I see what you're saying, yes. Well, I wouldn't say, but I see what you're saying. No,
of course not. But
not
you see what I'm saying?
Analogy. Yeah, yes.
If they think that they're being tracked, then the answer is bunk, because they're going to give you the answer you want to hear.
Right.
And they're not going to, it's not a discussion. It's not a debate. Let's go and talk about it. It's one or the other. Do you believe your leaders have your best interests in mind? And if you believe that you're being tracked,
no,
you're a fool to say no.
Yeah. So,
but I went back to this survey, back to this trends deal.
Mm-hmm.
Work was actually just one part of 7 parts. So it's a really cool study, because what they're doing with is work-life balance and how do you juggle it all and all that stuff. So like, what work is just one spoke,
right?
And they actually have good stats on the rest of it. So it's really, we talk about the 29%. Got it. We already nailed that. But the trends itself for 2025 is actually a really cool report.
Okay, well, we'll go take a look at it. I probably won't look at it, but it's a good eye.
No. No judgment.
So, okay. Increased candidate demand for part-time work, specifically across retail and transportation. So I think this is driven by seasonality and holiday more than anything. Now, the report and others seem to suggest that times are just changing. The need is obviously for more flexibility and shorter shifts. It's kind of what the report is saying. I think, well, you're doing a report around the holidays?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, right. I think it's good. Pressured by that.
Retail hiring is up.
Yeah, go figure. So, okay. So here's some things from this report. High preference for part-time. 72% of adults prefer seasonal or part-time roles over full-time positions, especially around the holiday season. Duh.
Oh,
right?
Okay.
Now, logistics. So transportation job openings, they're up 15% year over year. Now, I think this demand is increasing because our patience, our want to wait is gone.
No.
I want it now.
What do you mean I can't get it tomorrow?
Look, I'm completely guilty of this. I order from Amazon it was today, Sunday, so if I order today and this comes on Thursday, I will look for something that comes on Tuesday.
That's right.
Even though I don't need it for another 30 days.
Oh, it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. I want it. It's actually a game for me. I want to see, can I get it the same day at no cost for shipping? Like, this is what I do. This is what my life has become.
I don't know why the ozone layer is just depleting.
Yeah, probably because you got all your stuff delivered same day for no reason.
I don't know. I'm not saying the two things are tied to each other.
Yeah.
However,
anyhow, retail applications, last piece here, they're up 70% compared to 2 years ago. I kind of think that's unfair because, COVID 22. And all that, right? And so I think those numbers are maybe inflated. But I think maybe, is this the need because people need more money? Right.
I wonder if it's a comparative, like, okay, in 22, a lot of companies had shut down in 20 and 21.
Right.
So there were not as many, let's say, retail chains. There wasn't as many retail chains. So is that retail applications rose in a similar fashion, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, or if it's just net, there was 70% more applications.
Right. Yeah. But I think if let's just take it at face value, it's rising at 70%. Okay, 70% more. Okay.
Yeah.
I think that ties back to we're just not making enough money.
Yeah.
Things are too expensive, and so I need to offset
inflation.
If I can get $1,500 a month and I can take care of half the mortgage or whatever your mortgage, whatever that $1,500, it's worth it. It's worth it for a couple of hours because people are starting to realize, well, maybe I don't need to watch Netflix for 6 hours a day. I can go and do something at Walmart or Target or wherever.
Right.
And I can make $1,500 extra a month and take that burden off of myself. I think that's what we're seeing.
Let's see. I think this is from 2008 to the end of the third quarter here in 24. Venture capital firms
have injected investments 3,755 into workforce solution startup, translating into $66 billion being invested across 6,100 rounds. This is all done with venture capital activity in the workforce solutions ecosystems. It was reported by Staffing Industry Analyst, SIA. So I've never seen a longitudinal study like this. Usually they're this year against last year or whatever, but this goes all the way back to 2008. So 2008, after the financial crisis, okay, then you kind of worked your way through COVID, et cetera.
Right.
But investments, there's all 37.55, 61.29 in rounds, 66 billion. That's a lot of money being dumped into the workforce solutions, the tech. Yeah. So staffingindustry.com, you can go there. Great research, great report. Again, what caught my eye was a longitudinal part of this, not just a year in and year out stuff. And they have a lot more findings of what they did and what techs actually played out and things like that. So go take a look at the report.
I'm going to stay on the same line, the global M&A report.
Do it.
Yeah, look at that. And so I found this on PitchBook. I like PitchBook. It's good site. So this is not HR tech specific, right? But the M&A market obviously been coming back, right? Particularly on the PE side. So we've reported a bunch of this stuff.
Yep.
Okay. Now in 2024, there were 54 what's considered mega deals. That's over $5 billion in B2B in the B2B sector. And that's year to date, 2024 year to date.
Right.
In Q3 alone, 24.
Yeah. So it picked up.
It shot up. 0 were in HR tech.
Yeah. Our
mega deal.
Yeah, ours don't get that big.
No.
Generally speaking, I mean, like when SuccessFactors was bought by SAP, okay, that was over $1 billion.
Right.
But,
that's big.
Yeah. We just don't have those. They don't get to that level.
Yeah.
They get acquired before that.
Yeah, it's much lower. There's a lot of little deals, but it's somewhere. They had it somewhere around 300. I don't even know that's correct. I think it had it at 312 million for HR tech, but I don't think that was based on anything relevant. So I don't want to.
Well, what's fascinating is 30 deals got done in Q1, Q2, 24, almost the exact same amount, got done in Q3. I think that's fantastic.
Yeah.
Good for them.
So there you go.
Ryan, do you know the company Employ?
I think I've heard of them. Yeah.
Okay. So they used to, under the Job Invite brand, they used to put out a report called Recruitment.
And it was great.
Did it for 15, 20 years. It was really, really good. They've rebranded as Employ, but it's still talking to enterprise. And so it's still that bit. So this comes the Employ Recruiter Nation Report 2024, empowering people first recruiting. That's at jobvite.com, and then the name of the report. So super, super awesome report. Here are some of the nuggets. 92% of the HR decision makers are optimistic about the future of recruiting, with 72% anticipate hiring somewhat more or significantly more in 2025. I like that. I'll stop there until I go to the next two. I like that because they're optimistic.
Yeah. And I would be on board with that. I think that's actually
9 days from an election. I'm just happy they're optimistic. 89% of recruiters use AI to augment the recruiting process, and they use it frequently or very frequently. It's a pretty high number. I'm not sure.
It's probably less than that. I think they want to be on the hip side.
Exactly.
But
they'll say they are.
But are they? Now, let's go reverse of that. Let's say
11%.
65%.
Yeah.
Are for real, right? And define what they're using, right? They're just using like ChatGPT. Okay. Entry into. But if they're leveraging, now that number could be very true if they're leveraging a recruiting tool, which is AI based, right? So that's where they're getting it. Even if that's at 65%, 70%, that's fantastic because that means we are actually sticking with it and catching on.
Yeah. We're just talking about it.
Be better.
Last thing on that report, time to fill roles dropped by 7 days from 48 to 41.
So there you go. But the actual report itself, Recruiter Nation report, it's been with us for a long time. It's a great report. They have people that dedicate themselves to it. So go check it out.
I like that last stat. It dropped 7 days. And I wonder, part of that's probably technology they're using. Part of that's probably the fact that they have to close quicker.
Yes.
Right?
Candidates.
Yeah. There's just too many options on the board at this point. That's good.
How many options?
Yeah,
like John Stockton.
All right.
You ready for some funding?
Yeah, I'm ready. Fund me.
I got a couple. Cascade secures $3.75 million in funding and aims to give every employee a personal human resource assistant. So this is at their website, gocascade.ai. So play this out for me. If this plays out, it will reduce the call center part of HR because you're going to have your own HR person with you. But I wonder if businesses will consider this as they need fewer HR professionals. So is this, I mean, it's a good thing for the employee, right? Because then they could just go like, hey, quick question, boop, boop, boop.
No.
Done deal. But is this actually going to help the profession of HR?
I do. I think it will. I think it will if it's done the right way, because I think the HR professionals that would, what you're thinking, be replaced potentially, I think they learn here. I think people learn.
Okay.
I think the whole group benefits from this. I don't think any downside.
All right. I like it. Oleoid. So OLOID.
Oleoid.
It's the name of the company. Gains momentum with a $6 million infusion, completes Workday certified integration, intending to drive expansion in the workplace identity solutions category. This was Business Wire. And what I like about this is they finished the certification with Workday. So now they can go, again, they can go and travel around Workday and all of their HCM implementations and offer a workplace identity solution. So good for them. And I found out
customers to work with.
Oh, you don't have to get out of the, you literally don't have to get out of the ecosystem.
No.
And you have a great business. And that's at businesswire.com. Urbint. You ready? URBINT.
Urban? Keith
Urban?
Are you doing Foo Fighters here? What are we at?
Foo Fighters. So great. I hope people go and look at that on YouTube. Foo Fighters. Urbint. I have no idea how they pronounce it. An AI platform for identifying and mitigating threats to employees, infrastructure, and communities raised $35 million in funding. Now, this is outside of our normal scope of caring. Found this on the sasnews.com website. This is actually storm response software.
Oh, like hurricanes and stuff like that.
Stuff like that.
Outside, but I mean, very relatable.
What's interesting is they include employees in their mix. So storm response. So this is AI that helps you predict those types of things and to plan. And the plan, again, what is your plan with employees? What is your plan with the infrastructure and communities and all that stuff? There's now they're actually getting serious about how do we protect against loss of life. The jaded part of me thinks about the pure capitalism part of this is we just care about uptime and productivity. And so if this software helps us understand storms in a way that we can be productive, but that's a little dark for most people on a Sunday. So we'll keep it light. I like the investment. I like
Why
the
can't
play.
they just care about the people?
Because they
why
don't.
do you have?
Because I'm a pragmatic person. Yeah, but I like how they put threats to employees and obviously infrastructure and community. So good for them, good funding. I hope they do the right thing, all that other stuff. Ryan, you're familiar with Daily Pay, right?
I am familiar with Daily Pay.
Good friends at Daily Pay. So they just announced it secured an additional $100 million commitment for its credit facility, right? So this increases, which I found fascinating, increases their total revolving secured debt at $760 million. So this is at financialit.net. So you can kind of go read the bit. They don't really discuss. They discuss who's in the lines of credit, but basically, if you're daily pay is known for earned wage access, and so you're going to basically give employees money, and you've got to have access to that capital.
Yep.
And so when they give people money, they've got to then turn around and then pay the banks back and all that type of stuff. So they got to have it, which I think is a great question to ask if you're buying earned wage access. How much money you got back? How much money you got back there?
Right. If I have a 50,000 person company,
I'm asking that question.
And we're putting daily pay in the vendor or any of these companies.
Got it. I want to know.
You need to understand. You need to understand that they have the capital behind them.
Right. Yeah. Again, you're fronting the cash, which is fantastic. It's all good. There's really no negatives to the whole thing. It's just if those companies go belly up because they don't, everyone calls on the same day, right? Worst case scenario. So good for daily pay. I like that they've got almost $1 billion. 3/4 of $1 billion, I guess you want to be more precise, in reserves. These are just lines of credit.
Yeah.
They're just, if they need to use them, they can.
Right.
So anyhow, that's,
there
take a
you
look
go.
at that. There you go.
We're good, right? That's it.
Foo Fighters.
And we got something, we got to play a little of this.
There you go.
As we go into Dallas, we got to get this into your head.
You are coming into Dallas?
No, as you go into the Dallas game, you just
I
need
won't be going into the game. I'm good. I got other stuff to do.
You just need to have this in your head. So anyhow, all right. Thank you all for listening and watching. Please subscribe, rate us. We need some ratings. Give us some ratings if you're out there.
Why don't you care?
Yeah, why don't you care about us?
Foo Fighters.
Anyhow, Foo Fighters. Anyway, all right. That's all we got for today. We'll see you next time.